Black Widow. It's good. I'm kind of having a hard time exactly knowing how to speak about this movie because it is exactly what I expected. I expected an okay to good spy thriller about Natasha, with Natasha doing flips, Red Room intrigue, family, because that comes up a lot. And we got all that. The biggest positive I can say for this movie is that it does put Natasha in the exact right headspace going into Infinity War and then Endgame. She spends her whole life and the first third of this movie running from her past, and this movie is what teaches her that she does have people around that she can rely on and trust. These were things that directly carried over into the final Avengers movies, even if it wasn't the same people that she was reacting to. I enjoyed the supporting cast, even if there wasn't really any particular standouts for me. If anything, Yelena will really be a worthy successor to the Black Widow lineage. And I would personally really like a Red Guardian spin-off show where he tells stories of his past as part of the Winter Guard. There's a lot of potential there. David Arbor, just hit me up. Rachel Weisz's Melina is probably the most understated of the main cast, and as such won't get the due credit she deserves, but she brought a real warmth that ties it all together. The villain was really lame. I mean, his actor did great, making you hate him from his very first scene with how arrogant and gross he is. But I just walked out of the movie and I literally can't remember his name. Is it like Draydich? Drayden? No. I don't want to look it up. As for the story itself, I think it was solid. There really was nothing that I thought was very bad. But on the flip side, I didn't think there was anything super good or outstanding. It was very middle of the road for me, but that's okay. It was a perfectly fine story about facing your past and coming to terms with who you are now that slots in perfectly well between Civil War and Infinity War. And that's all it had to be. Which brings me to my most major criticism of the movie itself. This movie should have come out in 2016. Just because of its style and story and the fact that, yeah, it's based on an Avenger who died 2 years ago. Everything that's come after it casts a very long shadow. I watched this movie with my cousin, and he liked it too, but the very first thing he said was, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had made this movie, put it on an SD card, and forgot about it for 5 years. Even though it was delayed a full year, I still think it would feel delayed even if we watched it back in 2020. And that's the biggest knock I have on it. That's about all I have to say on it. Any more would be getting into spoilers. I'm really tired and I don't really want to talk anymore. But if you'd like to discuss the movie with me more, you can come check out my Discord, where I will probably be talking about Black Widow. Regardless, I would love if you guys would leave your thoughts on Black Widow in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you really want to see a Red Guardian anthology series about his time in Russia? Because I really do. And, well, until next time, later.